Boom, we are live, ladies and gentlemen. This is Tio and the Arcane Bear. Beautiful day and evening in the market since we last hung out. Great to see this continued growth. You know, one of the fun parts about the understanding of a swell, like if you're a surfer, you'll know this quite well, but when the swells come in, that's usually when you want to ride. Now, the other day we were going over Bitcoin on a 4-hour. I'm not a big fan of using too often momentum indicators, but every now and then, as you can see here, when I go and I'm doing some kind of background research, you can see that I do have it operating in the background. I do like to turn those off because I do think they add noise, but one of the fun parts here, and we haven't seen a conclusion of this yet, is the break above the Bollinger Band, effectively, and this move into the top of the trading range. Now, we often usually get a pullback after an automatic rally, similar to what we got back here. And you can see its relationship to what this looked like the last time as well, where you did have a few subtle break moments in Bitcoin as it moved out of the trading range here, had one little subtle dip here, and then it ran up a bunch and then dipped all the way back down to this primary support. So often we're watching relationships of this kind of break up and break down moment in these ecosystems. So Bitcoin is stubbed right up against the top lines of our resistance from the previous buying climax here. This is important for a few reasons, but more predominantly, it may represent the finality of the trading range. So we had gone over this in a few of the videos, which is, did we actually witness the spring here instead of this being the secondary test? And that may have been the case. I had a kind of my eyes set on March 11th, and we may still get a kind of a random sharp correction here. It just may not be as low, something like this, or maybe even shorter. So I bought more Bitcoin the other day. I'll do it again when it's that time of the month, effectively. But yeah, the dip here is likely negligible. And as soon as we get above this trading range, we're going to see a huge momentum, probably in around around $65,000 to $75,000. And it'll probably go nice and up and up and up, and then it will have a big kind of final preliminary support correction. It'll do this, and then it's going to some crazy astronomical high number. We could be a bit conservative and say it's going even to only $150,000 or $120,000, which is still significantly higher than we're at today. But I've seen Bitcoin just have blow off tops, so maybe better than expecting it. We don't know what the future holds with Bitcoin's price in terms of this next growth here, but anywhere between anything after $80,000 is pretty much gravy for the entries we've made. And, well, actually, all of it's gravy, but more importantly, being in the market is so valuable. I don't want to miss too much of the last bit, so I will likely shave off a few small percentage points every few days as we go into some of the mania past 85 to 95,000 for the clicker or ticker price of Bitcoin. But yeah, I'll be keeping a close eye on that. And more importantly, I guess from a day-over-day basis, just where we are right now is in the final stages of this trading range. Hopefully those of you who have been doing your homework will easily recognize this trading range, and you'll think to yourself, God dang, that's a nice trading range. Correct. So we'll turn these off. They maybe even were slowing down. They were even slowing it down. So again, looks like we saw our shakeout, our secondary test, and we may have already seen our spring. This is great. Generally, you want to wait for these trades to develop anyways before you take entries. Although I did build more entries in Bitcoin in these approximately 48,000 here, close to the POC line, a little bit above it. Just happened to be that time of the moon cycle. So here, even though we could get a return of the POC, I'm not making bets on that. Like I'm not going to hold like X amount of extra dollars in my account and hope that I can get it here. No, I will likely keep accumulating small portions of a bunch of these assets on the way up. But I've been trading for a bunch of years, and I have a bit more confidence of where I am in the markets. So I can play these more, let's say, advantageous time-sensitive games with little emotional involvement. Personally, and more excitingly, from the venture capital perspective, I'm very, very excited about that. So for a quick run down the venture capital plays, let's take a quick look at Ethereum. Nice automatic rally, not to the top of the resistance like we've seen in Bitcoin. So a little bit of weakness to the top of the trading range. Again, this to me could signal that we may still again see this type of potential limited downside to touch the bottom of the trading range. Although we have seen very bullish moves before, both in Ethereum and Bitcoin, it may be okay to think that that's the end of the trading range. But until we witness it, we're not going to know. But again, our main point here for studying all this is, are we going above the box or are we starting to close below it? Because we have been trading and investing in Ethereum back since it was around 240, well, longer than that, but I mean like focused on the investment thesis again, was back here around $240. Here, 272, this area here. This is when I was like, oh shit, here's the bull market starting again. We just had our spring, ladies and gentlemen. You can go back and watch those videos, by the way. I got really excited, especially for this trading range here. Like for those of you that are studying now, look at this first trading range. Like think about what it is to grab a position here. And even in some crazy high leverage position, for those of you who are really well studied, like think about a 12x position here, which you could have pulled off. Although you would have only been able to do it notionally, or I've been using that word a little bit too much lately. You've only been able to do it effectively had you entered in the very, very bottom of the trading range. But this was a very sexy horizontal trading range right after a spring. There's a high potential for a high yield trade right here. These are like 20x. You want to go crazy with these ones just because the potential is so high, and I did try it out in some of the later steps as I got better and better at identifying these. Again, you're always learning, and you only really get the bull market to identify such a high number of reaccumulation patterns in a short period. So you kind of are only learning what you can as it's happening, especially in these new sectors. But again, we had these beautiful trading ranges that started to take place and continue to break out time and time again. And only recently have they become volatile to these much higher proportions. We were talking about 40% spreads, which would wipe you out of everything in leverage. So you don't play leverage here. But back in the early days, there's the risk value is significantly lower than it is in these bigger trading ranges. You have to be very good to play with leverage in these spaces, or just have such a lazy position that's like 1.5x, something that can basically handle any downside and margin to cover. So next here on Link, the same idea with venture capital. You don't even need leverage because there are such high return rates. Again, even let's say a bottom of the box entry. In December for Link is at a 209%. Let's do a quick one here. We'll just kind of retrospectively look. Here's Avalanche on the 6 hour. Again, primary entries were between December and January at around 3 to 7, and then a few at $9, where we say AVAX tweet. And then again, I made a kind of a silly, stupendous entry here at around 44. I did add a few more to that position, so it rounded out closer to 33 on my secondary entries, but that's okay. I'm a big believer in the technological focus of fundamentals for certain investments, at least on long term and with heavier payouts or heavier potential losses, I guess it would be a good way, an easy way to say it. We saw massive growth again here, and this is just a function over time of why these trading ranges can be so valuable. 1,140%, even from the secondary AVAX tweet potential, 360%. Now, you could have entered here, and this is what often happens as traders and investors kind of make the mistakes, is they enter properly. They get upset that they didn't take advantage of the whole 300%. They sell down here at 120%, and they walk away and forget about Avalanche when they could have just made one entry here, potentially in a small amount, or back when it was at $3, walked away, and maybe walked away for a few years to come back to find millions of dollars on the table. Don't forget the strategy that has worked really well. Its randomness and volatility through time is a great function. Highly suggest reading mathematical philosophies, ladies and gentlemen. Very important thing to understand. Or at least if you're interested in this type of stuff. Or not, study yoga. You'll find very similar conclusions of volatility and velocity through time. Okay, next thing. Yeah, Avalanche is looking nice. It appears to be a breakout of the previous trading range, which is good. I was a little caught up, but this was definitely became a micro distribution. And then we did see a bit more fear. So there's two ways to look at this. Well, let's start off by saying I kind of got it wrong. I thought we were going to see a spring that only did this. And this is why making entries in phase A is almost always a bad idea. I already had entries prior to here, so I basically just reduced into a nominal cost that is still totally in profit, but it's a different point. Fundamentally, this type of trading range would be viewed as a reaccumulation after decline, something like this. And it looks like we're seeing our first kind of SOS and breakout above that box. So we could see Avalanche start to go through a new price cycle here. And again, as we had kind of pointed out in yesterday's video, often these become larger patterns. Like we might see a cup and handle over the next month here with Avalanche. And that kind of stuff I think is extremely important to recognize, is that there is a point where we do use pattern trading. And we've kind of looked at this in a few of the others that we were going over. So take a look at Band. Recognize and remember the rising Livermore pattern we've gone over a few times, and outside of the spring effectively. Now, not as close to the spring as I would like. We've been witnessing in Ethereum where the spring and the megaphone had opened up here, but Band is performing this nice SOS, LPS, SOS, LPS structure outside of its previous trading range. And very interestingly enough, FTX, which is or FTT, I added to the portfolio this week as well, because I really like these consistent trading ranges. And here I took a price entry at $32 because of, well, not just the horizontal trading range. And sorry guys, these are like when I go in for entries, I want to be more specific. So I get more specific about where I am. But here we go. Here's the horizontal trading range. And this to me looked like a decent head and shoulders on a reaccumulation pattern. And this is very often how you want to use pattern trading, is inside of your horizontal trading ranges. So I took a nominal entry here around $32 at the POC line. Usually a good spot to enter. It's risky in both directions, basically. You could effectively open a long and a short in each direction here and just pick the play and close the other position if you were sitting in a big enough account. Anyways, so I'm excited about FTX. I did take positions there, or FTT, I guess the token name is. Why? It reduces cost fees for management. I really like their platform. I like what they've built, and I think just in general their future is probably quite bright. So it makes sense to be there. Again, recognize these horizontal trading ranges that we've been studying over and over and over again, and the value at which you can see them as they move up. Now, we are in the middle of the bull market, but again, look how many times you saw these horizontal trading ranges and breakouts. And this is why I think retrospective study is so important, is you bring to the table your ability to backtest through time what it is we're learning. So don't take my word for it. Go study. Go learn the Wyckoff method, whether you choose to learn it with our private group or not. That's up to you. But here we go. See, you can see these notional trading ranges that have taken place as well. All the way along here since December. And look at the growth that FTT has seen. From December 14th to today, a 990% return on the FTT token. That's fantastic. Anyways, I'm a bigger fan of FTX and the FTT token than I am Binance. Not that FTT has a chain at all. I just trust over time that they'll probably end up producing really, really engaging and unique products, because they already have. But again, look at all these horizontal trading ranges we see sketched out from the past. Bang, bang, bang. Anyways, really interesting to do retrospective analysis, but do again understand we are in the middle of the bull market. They become more volatile, but also the final stages of this bull market are usually very exciting and enjoyable to be in. We'll finalize off today with Cardano. I was kind of playing around here. I don't always think it's best to just shove patterns into places, but I do really like the Wyckoff breakout, or the Livermore breakout pattern. I feel like I kind of just shoved this pattern into it here. I'm not necessarily sure how this will function over time. I would much rather have seen it something like this, and you may even want to make a conclusion that this is more likely the pattern that we were trying to witness before the breakout. So I'm not sure if these secondary really steep megaphone patterns are what we're looking for, as in comparison with this is the initial megaphone pattern. So again, for those of you that are probably further along than a lot of students, you'll recognize these inherently. If you're not, go ahead and join the private group. We'll start back on the disease of the new investor again here shortly, but we want to send that PDF out first. So a bunch of you guys are going to get a bunch of new PDF updates for the private members, so keep that in mind. And there are a few more other things I wanted to go over. I just haven't added them to the daily watch list yet. If we Rook here, again, I'm not necessarily super interested in the token as so much I am interested in how their DeFi play might work. It'll be really good to see how these governments plays work, because again, that's how you control the DeFi posture itself, which is obviously a very unique potential. And yeah, that's it. Oh, I know Alex would behoove me to not look at Woo. Alex, shout out to Alex. Again, what we're witnessing here is a very large run-up, beautiful reaccumulation pattern back here. Look how friggin' sexy that was. See, a little bit confusing on the top end, but nonetheless, we've seen these in the past as well. We've seen them a few times where you have basically what appears to be a rising wedge, which is supposed to be bearish, coming out of the back end of a reaccumulation, and maybe even a finalization of a trading range. Yeah. So here is your kind of SOS out of this trading range with Woo, and then the massive breakout potential there too, which is was astronomical. Great play if you got in before that explosion. Let's see, what did their nominal change from? Let's go POC to today. 753 today and around 1600%. Nice, that's fantastic. Yeah, there's just been some explosive gains in this. Like, what was Avalanche from notional POC as well? Avalanche POC was down at 360. Dang, what a blazing win some of these have been. Up at 820% profit so far, and around 1500% in total. Nice, 1700%. So there, man, huge plays right here. And so guys, that's what we're also trying to, well, not trying to, that's what we're going to finalize building out into. Wait, that's just my face? I'm not sure how all these buttons work yet. There's that button. Okay, let's see here. One more. We'll go back to this one. I wanted to focus on, well, yes. So we're going to start doing a lot more research on the front end, so everybody will have access to this to a degree. If I can, okay, yeah. So we're building out our research side for the portfolio. Well, for our portfolio. So here you'll be able to log in, or no, sorry, this will be open for free. We'll always run free research into the front end, and then as you get into the more complex stuff. It's not here yet, but it's going to start to hide the data and say you must be a member to view the charts and the rest of our breakdowns and investors and how much investment they took on, and how many seed rounds there were, how many tokens are available, when do those tokens become available, who are the team members. These much deeper dives will be paid for access only, but we'll always do this free stuff. So this comes for those of you that remember, yay, we had some Matic chillin' too. That was great. Accidental win. This is why I like venture capital. So we've just started to build this out, so we'll be able to go further and deeper and provide further research into why we're looking at particular positions and what they are. I guess that for transparency level of the fund too, that'll be kind of the main focus. Anyways, this is T with the Arcane Bear. Thank you guys all for joining us today. I hope that was helpful. Does Tio have a Patreon? No, but we run the private group. That's our Patreon, basically. We'll be adding maybe a few other ways to join that group. Like you can just become a part of the newsletter, or if you want to be a part of the newsletter in the private group, we'll maybe offer different features of collaboration and what types of products and services we offer. But we have no Patreon, and we will never have a Patreon. We manage everything in-house, and we produce all of our own content. Although we do sometimes use, I do like Glassnode stuff, so I do share like this stacked balance sheet stuff. I think it's valuable to see. For the more people, the better, technically. Okay, and then what was the last thought there? Oh yeah, I wanted to do something that I didn't get to the other day for Women's Day. I was a little bit of a late. Let's see if it's still on. So for those of you that don't know, I'm a big fan of Kiva. Kiva is a 5013C nonprofit that does loans and to help the underbanked and underserved entrepreneurs that function around our globe. And by the way, if you haven't yet, go to any of these social media things down below and follow us on Twitter and Instagram. And wait, hold on. Here's Twitter. Here's LinkedIn. Here's Instagram. Yeah, go follow us on all those channels as well. I really appreciate that. Will you reduce the price again after the private group in the bear market? No, I never reduced. Will never reduce the price for the entry into the private group. What we will do is add features on a lower price target, like say just newsletter updates without access to the private conversations or the group itself. This kind of thing. So JS says, Tio, the private group changed my life. Sign up today. Awesome, JS. Thank you. Glad to hear that. Yeah, we will not reduce the price ever. We will add a product, likely again, just the newsletter, which will go for probably $45, and then entry into the private group will be $90. Now, it's just building out too many ideas right now in the middle of a bull market. I have a number of other things I'm much more interested in finishing. Just be grateful that we were even able to get this far. No, I'm joking. I'm very grateful for the community support. So while we're doing that, what I'm doing in the background is I'm logging into Kiva, and we put another $1,000 on there, and we're gonna make a contribution. And if you guys haven't yet, go to arcanebear.com/Kiva and sign up and join, because you can make loans to entrepreneurs, and in a few months you get that money back. This is a great way to help our own success reach further by increasing the liquidity on the global scale. I'm a really big fan of what Kiva has put together. So right now, Kiva is putting a 24-hour matching extension for International Women's Day. I was a few days late, but classic, man. Don't even remember our anniversary. But for every dollar that we put in, Kiva is going to match it today. So if we, let's see, we can for the 10 Amnita group, a loan of $2,500, various fabrics for sale. Okay, let's check this out from Senegal. Only $300. I guess it's a 24-hour, so let's try to fund a few people today. 80% funded. We've got 4 stars. I like this. So the 10 Anitas group story is made up of 4 members that created in the last phase of the Banque Villagios. I don't know how to pronounce the French word here, and brings together some women from the neighborhood and united by good neighborly bonds. The Madame Amanita, wow, listen to that name, Amanita. I'm pretty sure that's a psychedelic mushroom. She's 59 years old, a widow and the mother of 2 children. Well, great for the kids being in school. Amanita is very busy with development work in her area. She's standing at the left of the photo with her hand raised. There she is. There's Amanita. She's been working in a business for selling fabrics for more than 20 years. Nice seamstress work. With this loan, she's hoping to buy more fabrics in her retail store for her neighborhood. The profits from this allow her business to add new merchandise and other people to participate in the construction of the home. Okay, well, that's fantastic. We're going to lend you the whole $300. So I don't know how Kiva will match that. Oh, we probably have to match the 150. That's what it is. So we go lend now, adding to basket, proceed to checkout. We'll make a contribution or a donation to Kiva. A little bit. And then kaboom, there we go. Thank you. Now we still got a few more people we can shout out to, so let's double down on this. Let's make it a day. Let's go we just help fund that whole group of women's business. Let's find another one. This is fun. A 1-acre farm in Tanzania needs 246 grand. Well, that's a lot of money. What? That's amazing. A loan of $500,000. Okay, well, there you go. Apparently, not all these are small loans. I'm almost interested to learn about what that one is. A 1-acre fund. A 1-acre fund. Sounds like an investment fund. I'm a little confused on that one. Let's see. Travis, they're already funded. Already funded. Dang, already funded. Yes. Look at that. Already funded. Good work. Here we go. From Ecuador, Tania Alejandra needs $100. 2 stars. That's fine. 22-year-old, single. She does not have any dependents. She lives with her relatives. She makes a living from raising and selling plucked chickens. She is requesting a loan to purchase more chickens. She shops in the Iskonen parish. Her dreams for the next 5 years are to open a market for herself. Awesome. Good work. Well, Tania, hopefully we help you hit that. We're just going to fund the whole thing anyways, because I believe, yes, only 4 days left. Boom, the $100. Proceed to checkout. And there we go. 2 women entrepreneurs funded and on their way to pursuing their interests, producing a livelihood for their family and themselves. We've got another $800 we can give away. Geez, here. Let's take a look. Maybe we'll do another one. How you guys feeling? You okay with this? The links to the bear den are down below. Down below. Let's see here. Kyrgyzstan needs $1,000. Do they have doubling? 2 times matching. Okay, so if we put in 500, we can match out this one. Let's see if this is a story we can get behind. Okay. So here we go. We have Hitachi. Oh, hi, Tatashi. 2 times. So to fund her out fully, we only have to put in $600. We've got 800 on the shelf left. This wonderful woman is from Cachabanabu. Okay, well, this is fun. I want to see where the heck that is. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the later part of this episode. It has nothing to do with crypto. We are just kind of stumbling around learning stuff. So Kachabanabu. Where is this? In Switzerland? Where is this? In Kyrgyzstan. Okay, there it is. Kyrgyzstan. Okay, that's not working. Where is Kyrgyzstan, ladies and gentlemen? Kyrgyzstan. I didn't even know that was a place. So we're trying to figure out where Hitachi is that her name? Oh, geez, I feel like a ridiculous person now. Kyrgyzstan. Where's that? Kerry Jackson. The internet is hilarious. No, I was not looking for Kerry Jackson. I was looking for Kyrgyzstan. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining on us on this part of the episode. We are simply exploring the world of the world right now. So we're trying to figure out where Kyrgyzstan is. Okay, there it is. It's by Tajikistan. Okay, of course it is. That makes a lot of sense. Let's see I wanted to see what the country looks like. Oh, yeah, look at these beautiful mountains. Look at this beautiful culture. Yes. So Kyrgyzstan. Kyrgyzstan. Jeez, I can't speak, apparently. Look at the beautiful mountains in this country I've never heard of. It looks like Canada. Beautiful. Anyways, okay, so that's where Hitachi is from. She, a wonderful woman from an area I now know a little bit about. She breeds livestock, field crop cultivation since 2000. So she's a farmer. Nice, important. Her persistent work helps her and the help of her husband. Currently has 5 cows and 25 sheep and 3 horses. Dude, what a gangster. I don't have frigging 5 cows right now. That's a gangster farm. 25 sheep. Her farm is like 10 times bigger than mine. With an aim to further develop her farm, she applies for a loan from Kiva in the amount of 200,000 som kgs. She will purchase livestock with the aim to increase her income from livestock breeding and selling organic meats. The income from the loan helps her expand her business. Okay, well, I'm into it. I'm sold. Shut up. Take my money. Here we go. We're doubling down with matching by Hitachi for Kachabanabu. Oh, that's her name. Jeez, I'm so bad at some of this. Okay, where was it? $500. Oh, that's all I can do. Okay. Won't let me go higher than that. Okay, all we can do is hit the $500 mark. Proceed to checkout. There you go. Double down and funded 3 women, or well, I guess their gender is irrelevant, but it was the double matching from Kiva right now is because of International Women's Day. So I think that's relevant. We're going to give you less of a donation, Kiva. I'm going to give you $33 just because I like to modify things a little bit. And then there we go. Thank you guys again for you all supporting the Arcane Bear channel, the group, everything that we do together. This is what we will always do with our marketing budgets. We try to focus on the underbanked and underserved entrepreneurs. That's why I was originally attracted to Bitcoin. That's why I'm still very, very interested in the contract and societal contract layers, not just monetary layers that are out there. So keep that in mind. This means a lot to me. Thank you guys all for supporting us. Give us a thumbs up if you like this content. If you're new to the Bear family, please subscribe and go to any number of these like links down below. Here, here, LinkedIn, here, Instagram, here, Twitter, and here's where you are right now in case you forgot, on YouTube. Subscribe to YouTube as well if you're new. Anyways, thank you for joining us. This is another fun episode. Executive team says, is there a Kiva type platform that directly and automatically sends part of your crypto savings to family community? We are in a little bit of closed talk conversations with one of the companies I'm an equity partner in, wink, wink, about doing this type of thing and how DAOs might be able to function in this area as well. Again, this is kind of one of my sweet spots, so we are having those conversations in the background, but there's nothing existent today. We'll see you guys again on the next episode. Thank you. No emotions. Look, I like this live stream part. This is cool. I think the other one, what does it look like? Oh yeah, it shows the stream and the screen. Oh, and the conversation. Do you guys like it when I do this? Like, here we go. Here's a question moment. I know the stream's kind of supposed to be over, but right now you can see my screen. I can't see it, but you can see it, and you can see the chat box, and you can see the screen that I'm looking at. Does that look okay? Is that like a valuable thing, or is this screen not worth it? Like, should I delete it? Is there no need to use this one? Because there may be no need. Like, I don't know. This is what it looks like right now. You can see me looking at what you guys can see, and I can change it and move the things around. And then we could test it, see, test widgets whenever someone subscribes. So if you haven't yet, subscribe, because look what happens. Oh, yes, I just subscribed to the channel. Arcane Bear subscribed. Yes. And here's the chat. And this is the kind of the part I was trying to figure out here. Is it even valuable to have in here? It's kind of the wrong size. I don't know how to edit all this stuff. Anyways, any tunes before you go? Yeah, I could grab the guitar. I guess because most of you that probably make it this far, like the hardcore Arcane Bear supporters, we can do anything with the last part of the stream. Oh, and a side note, we're going to be scaling up, so you might start to see some more faces around this wonderful, beautiful bear cave. Keep that in mind. We're going to end today with a little bit of guitar. For those of you that don't know, it's like painting. You don't want to think too much. And I've been playing for a few years. It's one of my favorite things to do. Part of it is making sure, are you in tune? Yeah. Anyways, stay with the Arcane Bear. Love playing guitar. Should enjoy what you do, and have fun. Thank you guys all for joining us. What else can I say? You guys are fantastic. Oh yeah, like anything productive. When you wake up in the morning, be grateful. Like take the time to be like, thank you. It's good to be here. Look how lucky I am to be exist at all. It makes a lot of things much more. Like makes almost everything not just more manageable, but easier to be very successful, or let's just say moderate. Let's go just to be successful at. So enjoy that. Enjoy being grateful for what you have. It makes a huge difference in your educational process, and kind of I think really appreciating where you are. Anyways, this has been fun. I always love this. I love the fact that we can do this. I don't know what this is. Yeah, right? We'll see you guys in the next episode. Boom!